The coastal town of Ebwater, nestled on the rugged British coastline, was a place where nature and humanity coexisted in perfect harmony. Its colourful houses clung to the cliffs as if guarding the secrets of the sea. The town was a portrait of serenity, bathed in the soft glow of sunlight that seemed to linger just a little longer here, as if reluctant to leave. Salt-laced winds whispered through ancient alleyways, carrying the scent of the sea and the faint echoes of stories told by generations past. The cobblestones, worn smooth by countless footsteps, seemed to hum with the rhythm of the tides. Days drifted by like the tide, slow and predictable, yet each one unique in its own quiet way. The ebb and flow of the ocean mirrored the unhurried pace of life in Ebwater. Life in Ebwater was simple, untouched by the clamour of the outside world. Here the modern rush seemed like a distant memory, replaced by the soothing cadence of waves and the occasional call of a seagull. Fishermen mended their nets by the shore, their weathered hands moving with practised ease. Each knot tied was a testament to their resilience, their faces etched with the stories of countless voyages and the ever-changing moods of the sea. Children, their laughter echoing through the cobbled streets, chased the retreating waves with unbridled joy. Their carefree games painted a picture of innocence, a stark contrast to the timeless wisdom of the sea. Ebwater exuded a timeless charm, a place where time seemed to stand still. Its vintage architecture and picturesque streets told tales of a bygone era, yet it felt alive, breathing with the spirit of its people. The salty air, the rhythmic crashing of waves, the warmth of the local pub. It was, well, a symphony of tranquility. Ebwater was not just a place, it was a feeling, a gentle reminder of life's simple pleasures. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, the tranquility was shattered. A low rumble, barely perceptible at first, vibrated through the air. Teacups rattled in their saucers. Pictures on the walls trembled. The earth beneath their feet seemed to sigh. The rumble grew in intensity, evolving into a tremor that shook the very foundations of Ebwater. Walls groaned in protest, roof tiles clattered to the ground. Panic, swift and sharp, gripped the hearts of the townspeople. The earth, once a symbol of steadfastness, had betrayed them. Confusion reigned in the aftermath. Theories abounded, ranging from seismic activity to underwater landslides, yet none seemed to fully explain the unusual nature of the tremors. A team of geologists dispatched from London arrived with their sophisticated equipment, their faces etched with a mixture of scientific curiosity and bewilderment. Days turned into weeks, and still the tremors persisted, their frequency and intensity increasing. Then came the breakthrough. Deep underground, masked by layers of rock and sediment, lay an anomaly, a vast, intricate network of structures, detected by ground-penetrating radar, whispered of a secret buried beneath their feet. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. An ancient city, predating any known civilization, lay hidden beneath the unassuming town of Ebwater, and it was awakening. As the tremors intensified, strange phenomena began to plague the town. Lights flickered in the dead of night, tracing patterns in the sky that mirrored the constellations above. Metallic humming resonated from the earth, a symphony of unknown machinery whirring back to life. Fear mingled with awe as the townspeople watched their world transform, their familiar reality blurring at the edges. Section 5. Whispers of fear. Murmurs of awe. Ebwater, once a sleepy coastal town, became a crucible of emotions. Its days of serene waves and tranquil sunsets were now a distant memory, replaced by an undercurrent of tension that rippled through the air. The town, nestled between the sea and the cliffs, had always been a place of quiet beauty, but now it was a place where the ordinary met the extraordinary. Fear, potent and primal, gripped the hearts of many. It was the kind of fear that seeped into the bones, a fear of the unknown, of forces that defied explanation. The townsfolk whispered among themselves, their voices trembling as they recounted strange occurrences, lights in the sky, tremors in the earth, and whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. The unknown, lurking beneath their feet, whispered of ancient powers beyond their comprehension. The ground itself seemed alive, pulsating with an energy that was both mesmerizing and terrifying. The cavern entrances, once ignored, now seemed to beckon with an eerie glow, as if inviting the brave or the foolish to uncover their secrets. Others, though, fueled by an insatiable curiosity, felt a thrill course through their veins. For them, the fear was a challenge, a puzzle to be solved. They scoured the coastline, searching for clues, their eyes alight with the possibility of discovery. Strange artifacts began to surface, objects that defied logic, their origins shrouded in mystery. The past, once relegated to history books, was now breathing, pulsing with a life of its own. The ruins long hidden beneath the waves seemed to tell a story of a civilization lost to time. Each artifact, each fragment of the past, was a piece of a puzzle that hinted at something far greater than themselves. The Tremors, once a source of terror, became a metronome, marking the passage of time in this strange new reality. They were a constant reminder that the world beneath their feet was alive, shifting and changing in ways they could barely comprehend. The townsfolk began to adapt, their fear giving way to a cautious acceptance. Life in Ebwater had changed. Irrevocably so. The town was no longer just a place to live, it had become a place of transformation, where the boundaries between the known and the unknown blurred. The people, once divided by fear and curiosity, began to come together, united by the shared experience of living on the edge of the extraordinary. The discovery of the city beneath had shattered their perception of the world, leaving them teetering on the precipice of the unknown. It was a reminder that the world was vast, mysterious, and full of wonders yet to be uncovered. And as they stood on the cliffs, gazing into the horizon, they knew that Ebwater would never be the same again. Dr. Amelia Radcliffe, a renowned archaeologist, arrived in Ebwater with a formidable reputation. Known for her groundbreaking discoveries and relentless pursuit of the truth, she was no stranger to the whispers of mystery that surrounded her work. The coastal town, shrouded in mist and steeped in legend, seemed the perfect setting for her next great challenge. Tasked with unraveling the mysteries of the ancient city rumored to lie beneath the waves, she approached the task with a methodical precision that bordered on obsession. Her reputation as a meticulous researcher was matched only by her insatiable curiosity. Every artifact, every map, every fragment of information was a piece of a larger puzzle she was determined to solve. Days turned into nights as she pored over radar images, ancient texts, and local folklore. The stories of the townsfolk, passed down through generations, hinted at a city lost to time, swallowed by the sea. Amelia listened intently, piecing together their tales with the cold, hard data she had gathered. She searched for a key, a connection, a thread that would lead her to the heart of the enigma. The deeper she delved, the more she realized that this was no ordinary archaeological site. It was a place where myth and reality blurred, where science and legend intertwined. Each clue she uncovered brought her closer to the truth, yet the answers seemed to raise even more questions. What kind of civilization had built this city? How had they achieved such advanced feats of engineering? And why had it been hidden for so long? The city beneath, she discovered, was not merely a collection of structures. It was a marvel of ingenuity, a testament to a people whose knowledge seemed to surpass even the most advanced modern technologies. It was a living entity, pulsating with an energy that defied explanation. The ruins seemed to breathe, to hum with a life of their own, as if they were waiting for something or someone. A civilization far more advanced than their own had left behind a legacy of unimaginable power. The technology it possessed, the secrets it held, were unlike anything Amelia had ever encountered. It was as if the city itself was a message, a beacon from the past. These discoveries had the potential to reshape their understanding of history, of humanity itself. But with such knowledge came questions of responsibility. What would happen if this power fell into the wrong hands? Could humanity even comprehend, let alone wield, such technology? And then the unthinkable happened. The city began to stir, its long-dormant systems flickering to life. But why was it activating now after millennia of silence? Amelia could only watch in awe and trepidation as the enigma of the ancient city deepened. As Dr. Radcliffe delved deeper into her research, a chilling realization began to dawn. The activation of the city was not random. It was not a malfunction. It was a response. A convergence was upon them, a celestial alignment of planets and stars mirrored in the intricate carvings found within the ancient city. The ancient builders, it seemed, had foreseen this moment, had prepared for it. But for what purpose? What did this celestial convergence signify, and what role did the town of Ebwater, built unknowingly atop this ancient marvel, play in this grand cosmic design? The questions gnawed at Dr. Radcliffe, each answer only deepening the mystery. The tremors reached a fever pitch. The ground pulsed with a life of its own. Then, in a blinding flash of light and a deafening roar, a section of the earth gave way, revealing a glimpse of what lay beneath. A shaft of pure energy, shimmering and ethereal, shot up into the night sky, piercing the heavens like a beacon. The townspeople watched, their faces a mixture of awe and terror, as the impossible unfolded before their eyes. The ancient city, no longer content to slumber beneath their feet, was making its presence known. The world held its breath, bracing for what was to come. The energy shaft pulsed, its rhythm in sync with the beating of their hearts. It was a bridge, a conduit, a threshold between two worlds, and it was calling. The ancient city, with its secrets and wonders, beckoned, but at what cost? The air crackled with anticipation. The world watched, holding its breath, as Ebwater, once a quiet coastal town, stood at the precipice of revelation. The future, once predictable and mundane, stretched before them, vast and unknown. The ancient city had awakened, and with it a new chapter in human history was about to begin.